Good afternoon, children. I am Prasad, working as a teacher in Oakland English Medium School. Today, our topic is real numbers. Already in previous class, we have to learn about natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. So, first of all, we have discussed about natural numbers. We have discussed about natural numbers. Natural numbers means numbers which are used for counting, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinite is called as the set of natural numbers. Natural numbers are represented by capital N, where n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinite. These numbers are called as the set of natural numbers, where 1 is the smallest natural number and the greatest natural number is undefined. Okay, children. Next one is whole numbers. The set of whole numbers. Whole numbers means the set of natural numbers including 0 or adding 0 are called as the set of whole numbers. Whole numbers are represented by W. W equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinite. Whole numbers means the set of natural numbers including 0 are called as the set of whole numbers. Here 0 is the smallest whole number and the greatest whole number is undefined or infinite. Just we have to observe from 1 to infinite, these are called the set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers are found in the set of whole numbers. The set of natural numbers are found in the set of whole numbers. That's why n is subset of W. The set of all natural numbers. The set of all natural numbers are contained in the set of whole numbers. That's why n is subset of W. Is clear? Next one, the set of integers. Integers means the set of negative integers. These are all negative integers. The set of negative integers and the set of positive integers and including 0. Including 0 are called as the set of integers. Integers means the set of negative numbers and the set of positive numbers including 0 are called as the set of integers. Integers are represented by I. I are Z, where Z equals to negative integer minus infinity and so on, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinite. Now we have observed here 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. These are all called the set of positive numbers. These are all called the set of positive numbers. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on, minus infinity are called as the set of negative integers. The set of positive integers are represented by Z plus and the set of negative integers are represented by Z minus. And 0 is neither positive nor negative integer. If 0 is the neither positive nor negative or unique number. 0 is the unique number. So clearly we have to observe here 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. These are set of positive numbers or the set of natural numbers. The another name of set of natural numbers are called as the set of positive integers, where n equals to Z plus equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on up to infinite. And Z minus equals to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on minus infinity. And 0 is the neither positive nor negative. 0 is neither set of natural numbers n subset of w and w subset of z, because the set of all natural numbers are found in the set of integers. The set of all whole numbers are found in the set of integers. That's why n is subset of w and w is subset of z. It's clear? Next one, the set of rational numbers. Next topic is rational numbers. An equation is of the form p by q not equals to 0, where p comma q belongs to integers. P by q not equals to 0. This is the first condition, and p comma q belongs to z. This is the second condition. These two properties are told in the set of rationals. Once again, the set of rational numbers means an equation is of the form p by q, where q not equals to 0, p comma q belongs to z, are called as the set of rational numbers. The set of rational numbers are represented by q. The set of rational numbers represented by q, where q equals to p by q not equals to 0, where p comma q belongs to z. Suppose if q equals to 0, let us take one example. Suppose take 2 by 3. 2 by 3 is a fraction as well as rational number. Suppose 2 by 0. 2 by 0 means this is p by q. If q equals to 0, means 2 by 0 equals to undefined. So this is not a rational number. So first condition must be hold. Q equals to p by q, q not equals to 0. Q not equals to 0. If p equals to 0 means no problem. Suppose p equals to 0 means 0 by 2 equals to 0. 0 is also a rational number. Examples of rational numbers. 2, 3, 5 by 7, minus 10 by 9, 0 by 8, minus 3, and so on. These are all examples of rational numbers. Okay. Next one. Every rational number can be expressed as either terminating or non-terminating repeating decimal. Every rational number can be expressed as either terminating or non-terminating repeating decimals. Terminating or non-terminating repeating decimals. First point, every rational number can be expressed as either terminating or non-terminating repeating decimals. For example, 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is a rational number. Suppose check the given number 3 by 2 is a terminating or non-terminating, means 3 by 2 equals to, the value of 3 by 2 equals to 1.5, means 2 1s are 2, 3 minus 2 1, take 0, 1, 2 5s are 10. Here remainder equals to 0. So 3 by 2 equals to 1.5 means 3 by 2 equals to 1.5. So given fraction or given rational number 3 by 2 is a terminating number. And suppose let us take another number 1 by 3. 1 by 3 equals to, so 3 is not divisible by 1. Take 0, take 1. 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9 1. And again take 0. 3 3s are 9. Take 1. So this process is going on. So the remainder is not equals to 0. Therefore, the value of 1 by 3 equals to 0.3333 and so on, means 0.3333 0.34. 0.34. This type of fractions or this type of rational numbers are called as non-terminating and repeating decimals. So, every rational number can be expressed as either terminating or non-terminating repeating decimals. Clear? Clear, children? Okay, next one. The decimal expansion of rational number is a terminating or not. For example, 22 by 10. 22 by 10 is a rational number or not. 22 by 10 equals to 2.2. This is a rational. This is the first method. And another method is the denominator q. The denominator q is written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. 2 power n into 5 power n or only 2 power n or only 5 power m is called as terminating according to the method of prime factorization. Suppose 22 by 10 that equals to p by q, where the denominator q equals to 10. So prime factorization of 10 equals to 2 5s are 10. So 10 equals to 2 into 5, 2 power 1 into 5 power 1. So the denominator 10 is converted into 2 power n into 5 power n. So 22 by 10 is terminating decimal. One more example. (152 by 32) is a terminating or not. Solution. Prime factorization. Prime factorization of 32. Prime factorization of 32. 32 need 2 16 are 32. 2 8 are 16 and 2 4 are and 2 2 are. So 32 equals to 2 into 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 2. So this is 2 power 5. So the denominator q 152 by 32 equals to, this is p by q. The denominator q is written in the form of 2 power n. So given fraction 152 by 32 is a terminating number. Is a terminating number. It's clear? Next one. Irrational numbers. Next part is irrational numbers. An equation does not written in the form of p by q. An equation does not written in the form of p by q. If q not equals to 0 are called as the set of irrational numbers or the decimal expansion of the numbers are converted into neither terminating nor repeating numbers. Neither terminating nor repeating numbers are called as the set of irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are represented by s or q as. Irrational numbers are represented by s or q as. Examples of irrational numbers: root 2, root 3, root 5, root 10, and so on, etc. These are all called the set of irrational numbers. The value of root 2 equals to 1.414 and so on. It is a neither terminating and nor repeating number. Already the value of root 2 equals to 1.414, 13 and so on. And so the value of root 3 equals to 1.732 and so on. These numbers are called as a set of irrational numbers. Already we have to learn in previous class of 9. Why? Because these are all neither terminating nor repeating numbers. Neither terminating nor repeating numbers are called as the set of irrational numbers. It's clear? Next one, real numbers. Our topic is real numbers. The set of rational numbers union the set of irrational numbers are called as the set of real numbers. The combination of rationals and irrational numbers are called as the set of real numbers. Real numbers are represented by R, where R equals to Q union Q dash. The set of rationals and irrationals union means combination of rationals and irrational numbers are called as the set of real numbers. Okay. Next topic is Euclid division lemma or Euclid division algorithm. Given two positive integers a and b, there exist unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a equals to b q plus r, 0 less than or equals to or less than b. This is called Euclid division lemma. Dear students, just you have observed here a equals to bq plus r, a equals to bq plus r, if 0 less than or equals to r less than b. This condition is very important according to division lemma. We have to find the HCF by using Euclid division lemma. We have to find the value of HCF in division lemma. Given two positive integers a and b, here a and b are two numbers. These two are only positive integers, and there exist unique pair of integers q and r satisfying a equals to bq plus, here a equals to bq plus r. This is called Euclid division lemma. Already in previous class, we know that dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here dividend a equals to divisor b into quotient represented by q plus remainder represented on small r. This is called division algorithm. Here a equals to bq plus r, dividend, where a is dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, where a equals to bq plus r. For example, find the HCF. Find the HCF of 25 and 40 by using division lemma. Find the HCF of 25 and 40 by using division lemma. Solution. Given two positive integers 25 and 40. 25 and 40 are two positive integers. Here, suppose this is a and this is b. A equals to 25 and b equals to 40. Given two positive integers 25 and 40. 40 is the greater than 25. 40 is greater than 25. So let us take a equals to 40 and b equals to 25. According to division algorithm. Here division algorithm, according to the division algorithm, dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. When A equals to BQ plus R, 0 less than or equals to R, less than B. So, according to the division lemma, we have to find the HCF of 25 and 40. 25 and 40. The greatest number 40 equals to, according to lemma, this is 40 equals to 25 divisible by 40. 25 ones are 25. So this is 0. This is 5. 0 minus 5. We cannot take subtraction. So borrow from 10th place. So this is 10. This is 3. 10 minus 5. 5. 3 minus 2. 1. So 25. Ones are 25 and remainder equals to 15. So remainder is not equals to 0. Remainder is not equals to 0. So first of all, we have to take the first step. Step 1. 40 equals to 25. Ones are 25. 25 ones are 25 plus remainder 15. This is A equals to BQ plus R, where A equals to 40 and B equals to 25. It is quotient equals to 1 plus remainder 15. Here remainder is not equals to 0. Therefore, the process is going on. Again take this 25. So 15 ones are 15. 25 minus 15, 10. Here also the remainder is not equals to 0. The remainder is not equals to 0. Therefore, next step, get 25. Comparing the 15 and 25, 25 is the greatest number. So 25 equals to 15 ones are 15. 15 ones are 15. Plus remainder equals to 10. Remainder equals to 10. Again, here remainder is not equals to 0. So again 10 divisible by 15. 10 ones are 10. 15 minus 10 1. Again, the remainder is not equals to 0. Remainder is not equals to 0. So next step, highest number, comparing the 10 and 15, the greatest number equals to 15. 15 equals to 10 ones are 10 plus remainder 5. It's clear? Next, again same process. This is 5. Next one, divisor 10. 5 twos are 10. Remainder equals to 0. Therefore, the process will be stopped. So the HCF of given two numbers is equals to 5. Therefore, comparing 5 and 10 is the highest number. So 10 equals to 5 twos are 5 twos are 10 now. Remainder equals to 0. So remainder equals to 0. Therefore, HCF of 25 and 40 equals to 5. This is the method. Okay, children. Tomorrow we will discuss about exercise 1.1 according to the Euclid